I'm Cassie Brewer. In my GCSEs I got 1 A-star distinction, 8 A-stars and 1 A. When I was revising for my GCSEs, I had to sacrifice quite a lot of my social life, so I had to spend a lot more time inside doing some studying. Some of the techniques I used, I put post-it notes in the biscuit tin with little reminders on it. I took notes from revision guides, that was really useful. And I think something I do differently is work more on my exam technique. I didn't do that many past papers, so I think I'd recommend doing that.
Hi, I'm Tom Banks. I got 2 A-stars, 8 A's and 2 B's at GCSE. I mostly revised using flashcards made from notes made in class, things like mind maps stuck up on the wall where I could read them. Unfortunately that meant like cutting out trips to say hostel and stuff, going to the cinema, things like that, but it was worth it eventually. I think if I change one thing, it'd be to do more exam papers in preparation.
Hello, my name's Tom Best. At GCSE I got 3 A-stars, 2 A's, 3 B's and 3 C's. I revised for my GCSEs by doing constant past papers to revise for simultaneous questions that were all the same through each year. I also went to many after-school revision sessions for subjects I struggled a lot more with, such as English. Sacrifices I made would be the amount of video games I used to play during GCSE, which was quite a lot. Looking back, things I would probably change would be the amount of time I spent playing sports instead of revising.
I got 7 A's and 2 B's. Mostly I revised by using cue cards, flashcards, which are really helpful if, for instance, in RE the first question's always to define something, and it's easy if you've just learnt that off by heart because then there's no faffing about how you would put that down, for instance. Also, mind maps are really helpful because you're branching off each time to kind of further your knowledge. But then if you do it again and then condense it further so that just words or stuff can trigger memories that you have. But anything, revising takes a lot of effort. And I did have to sacrifice going out with my friends a lot, not friends anymore, I'm joking. And I think if I were to do it again, I'd probably have started earlier, which would have helped in the long run.
Hi, I'm Rachel Madeline and I got 2 A's and the rest of my results were B's. For my revision technique, I basically went through as many past papers as possible, and when I got stuck on a question I'd go back through the textbooks. I also made loads of posters and stuck them everywhere in the house, and it got to the point where my dad was able to know everything about the Chinese one-child policy. I did have to sacrifice a lot of time where I would normally be going out, but at the end of the day, after all the exams are done, you've got a whole long summer where you could do anything you want to. If I were to do it again, I would probably go to bed earlier the night before my exam rather than staying up worrying, because it doesn't help.
Okay, hi, I'm Holly and I got 9 A-stars and 1 A. I use flashcards quite a lot for kind of science subjects, geography and RE, that's quite good for. And past papers for everything really, but making sure you really go over the mark schemes as well, not just doing them and looking at your grade and moving on. I had to sacrifice going out, you just stay inside and revise quite a lot during those 2 to 4 weeks because you've got a long summer afterwards. And if I used to do it differently, I think I'd start making my flashcards and stuff earlier, not necessarily doing the questions, but just making them.
Hi, my name's Ben and I got 7 A's and 3 B's, and my main revision technique was just posters everywhere, all over my room. It's always great because it's the last thing you look at before you go to sleep, so you just roll over and go, oh yeah, there's a nice bit of chemistry to make me fall asleep. But past papers as well, learn your mark schemes, so you make sure you know exactly what the examiners want you to say, even if you think you know, but you miss out one word, you miss out the mark, and that's really annoying, so make sure you know that. What I have to sacrifice? It's just going out. When I had to revise, it was the nicest summer that we'd had for ages. So everyone was going out and go, oh, let's go to the beach. It's really hard to say no when you actually have to do revision. But then you can go out, sit out in the sun and do it, so it's not too bad. And if I was going to do anything differently, I think start earlier. The sooner you start, the less pressure you have near the end. And just chill out a bit.
I'm Rebecca. I got 2 A's and pretty much the rest are B's. I had loads of different revision techniques. I went through past papers. I had revision posters all over my room and my ceiling. I would also read textbooks and I'd put sweets down, and when I reached the sweets, you get to eat it. It's kind of like a reward, and it worked really well. I had to sacrifice a lot of things, like going out with my friends and the chance of going on holiday, but these things you have to do. I would have done a lot of things differently. I probably would have looked through the mark schemes a lot more. I would have done a lot more past papers, and I probably would have started revision a lot earlier and have a timetable to stick to.